Hey guys! Hey guys, we're ready for you guys to join us tonight because we're going to be talking about what does Think and Grow Rich say about your marriage, yours. So hit that share button. I gotta sit on a pillow, I'm so short. I wish I could rap this part for you guys, that'd be fun. I have to work on it. Can you imagine if our kids were looking out the window right now? They'd be mortified.
You're such try hard.
Yeah, they'd say it's crunchy. What does he say?
Cringy.
Cringy, not crunchy.
Cringy.
I was gonna say crunchy.
You're cringy.
Hey guys, welcome. I don't see your names yet for some reason.
You put me on a start button.
No, oh, I forgot.
All right.
Hey guys, happy Memorial Day. Hope you guys had an amazing day today, and I hope that you took time to tell at least 1, 2, 3, however many
10.
you know people in this service currently or in the past or have served. I hope that you told them
Brittany.
thank you. Hey Brittany, thanks for popping on with us. All right, guys, so if you are popping on tonight and you're like, Think and Grow Rich, I think I know what that is. You know, hit that share button because this is going to be something that whether you're married or not, you're going to get value out of this, I promise.
Totally.
But for those of you that are married, you know, that song, of course, all we want to do, all I do is win, 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 no matter what. I mean, you want to do that, obviously, in your business, in your career, in your life. But I feel like it's so important that we have more people saying that about their marriage, right? All I want to do is win, 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 no matter what. So we're going to be sharing with you guys some awesome stuff tonight. Hi, Sue. We're so glad you're popping on. And I want to know from you guys right off.
It's okay, baby.
It's such a Blairism.
It's all right.
All right. So tonight we're going to be telling you what Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill
Wait, all I want to
says.
know is, do you like the glasses?
Oh, yeah. Do you like these glasses?
She still has a day to return them.
Yes. And I'm
Yes,
trying to
you love the
decide.
glasses.
No, don't put yes or no because we're going to use that for something else.
Oh,
but say yes to the sunglasses, like yes sunglasses or no sunglasses.
Yes.
Because I'm really trying to decide. I did do a Facebook story and Instagram story on it. And we got mixed reviews.
Mixed reviews.
On my stop sign sunglasses.
Stop sign.
I like
Austin.
them.
That's crazy.
Okay, anyways.
All right.
So Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill.
Back to
How
winning.
many of you guys have read or listened to that book? Be honest, okay? Put a yes in the comments below if you've listened to Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill or read the book, either one. And there's different versions out now, right? So any of those versions count. But if you are like me, like I was 5 years ago, I'd never even heard of that book.
Me
And
either.
so if that was you, no judgment. This is not a judgment zone. Put no in the comments below because I'm just super curious, right? Like Jim, have you heard of this book before? Sue. Oh, Sue does not like my glasses.
Right.
They cover too much of my face.
Right.
All right. Well, I'm gonna wear them for right now because it's kind of sunny, like glaring off
It's
the.
glaring.
It's like glaring off the window in front of us. But
Thank you
okay,
for sharing,
Thank you for
Sue.
being honest.
We appreciate
I
it.
love you. Oh, she's reading it right now. That's awesome. Okay. Well, did you guys know it's the number
Yes,
one
several
selling
times.
book of the century on personal wealth and lasting success?
Yep.
But I'm curious if you guys know what the actual number one best-selling book of all time is. What do you
Drop
guys
it.
think it is? Drop it.
in the comments.
Drop
What's
it in
the
the
number
comments.
one book? And it's not even close.
It's gonna be interesting, right?
Yes, let's just go through that and let them keep guessing.
Yeah, I like it.
What's
Go.
number one? Okay,
You're up, babe.
I'm up. Oh, so basically the concept of Think and Grow, I spaced out there for a second. Could you tell? I was just enjoying you going. You know what I mean? You're on a roll, so it's awesome.
There are mosquitoes flying around us right
I
now,
know,
just so
totally.
you guys
If
know.
we do this, it's because
Yeah, it's
we're
not because we're
outside.
saying get away from us.
Yes.
It's because we're literally, hi, Jen.
Jen,
Like, you should
neighbor.
just walk over.
She's our neighbor. I mean, my ankle. Anyway.
Are you getting bitten up at your house, Jen?
Yes. Okay. Anyway, so premise of Think and Grow Rich. Napoleon Hill interviewed the most successful people in the world who made the most money. Presidents: Henry Ford, Andrew Carnegie, Charles Schwab is in there.
Of course, he added in Henry Ford because he's a Detroit
Ford,
boy.
Detroit, represent.
Yep,
right?
yep.
Detroit. So anyway, he found the common 13 principles
Yep.
that were common that all of these people did. Hey, Danelle.
Hi, Danelle.
Oh my
Hey, Angie.
goodness.
Hey, Dave.
Angie. Oh my goodness.
All right, the big question.
We gotta bring it now.
I know, right? We got
We
some
gotta
big
bring
questions
it.
of the night. So if you guys are just popping on, we want to know, have you ever read the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill or listened? That counts.
Yes.
Any version. We want to know. Put a yes in the comments below or be totally honest, like Blair was 5 years ago, never heard of it, had no idea what it was. Put a no in the comments below, okay? We want to know.
And what is the number one?
Oh, yes. So remember I mentioned that the number one book for lasting success is Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. But there's another book out there that has always been number one in sales. So we're curious what that book is. It's like a bonus, right?
It's a bonus.
Like the Jeopardy bonus question.
So anyway, so Think and Grow Rich. So what I like to identify with, especially when it comes to marriage, is that riches can be anything. It's not just money, okay? It can be health. It can be your marriage. It can be any goal that you want to attain. There are 13 steps in his formula. We're going to focus on the 9th step. And it's the mastermind, right? So it's the power of the mastermind. Totally. So I'm going to read this now.
Oh, hold on.
Oh.
Because really quick, I want to see for you guys, I want to ask you, do you have any goals for your marriage? Like, do you have any of those right now? Because honestly, you know, maybe even just 3 or 4 years ago, like maybe even 2 years ago, like we never did that. I mean, we wrote goals personally, but I never wrote marriage goals and what I wanted to attain for that. I mean, I wrote it out when I knew what I wanted to lose weight or I knew what I wanted to do in my business. So honestly, do you have marriage goals? I want to know. So
Together
many
goals.
people spend thousands and thousands of dollars on therapy, right? Trying to get the relationship to where they want it to be or just become better together, right? But then they realize all that money was spent and their marriage is nowhere near where they want it to be, even after spending all that money. So that's why it's so important for what Ryan's about to share with you guys about what a true mastermind is and how to utilize that even in your marriage. Hey, shout out, there's another neighbor, Amy Wright, from the other side of Imperial Point. Hey, Debbie.
Imperial Point in the house.
Right?
I love it.
So excited. All right.
Good. All right, so back to the 9th step is... oh, Gucci. I love it. The 9th step is power as defined is organized effort produced when 2 or more people are working towards a definite end in a spirit of harmony. A mastermind may be defined as the coordination of knowledge and effort in a spirit of harmony between 2 or more people for the attainment of a definite purpose. My favorite quote, no 2 minds ever come together without thereby creating a third, invisible, intangible force, which may be likened to a Twilight Zone third mind.
Okay. Can you like put this into normal people terms? Because
Yes.
I'm like Blair, I'm like zoning out. It's like too high level.
Third
I need
mind.
you to explain that to us in Blair terms.
Okay, spirit of harmony. The power is only achieved if both, you and me, okay, are working together in the same direction.
Okay.
So we have a goal, right? We work together, we both agree to the goal, and then we get together and we talk about that goal.
Right.
There are ideas created by us interacting like that would only be created if you and I are together.
Okay.
That's
so,
a mastermind.
Earlier today, I was asking Ryan about what he meant exactly, like, because that's really confusing lingo for me. And you gave that amazing boat example.
Oh yeah, so the rowboat
It was
example.
so good because I totally, for those of you that are like me and you're visual, you're welcome because this will make a lot more sense to you.
Okay, so if I'm rowing.
Angie's like, me too. I was like, blonde moment, you lost me.
All right, cool. So if you're in a boat and I'm rowing in one direction, and Blair, you row in the other direction.
Okay.
No, that's the same direction. You got to push. Blair's not a rower. Anyway, if I'm rowing
I
in
would
the
probably
same
just have my
direction
feet up and be drinking
and
champagne.
Blair is rowing in the opposite direction, what happens?
I know this. You go in a circle.
Circle, okay? And then there's option 2.
Right.
If I'm rowing, and Blair is not rowing, she's just drinking her champagne, her Veuve champagne, then I have to stop rowing on one side and go on the other. And what happens? I get tired out quickly.
Yeah.
And maybe a little annoyed because I'm doing all the work and you're sipping champagne.
Yeah,
With
that
your
could be annoying.
Gucci slides up, probably on my back. Go faster. Go faster.
Love it.
So anyway, if you're both rowing in the same direction,
Yeah.
I don't know how the third mind's created in the boat, though. I don't think it is.
Right. Well,
So-
it could be if you're talking and
Yeah.
deciding together how to row. to get to the destination,
Anyway,
right? All right, Jim.
does that help?
Sales
Does that
Secrets
help?
is a huge mastermind. You're right. And tonight we're kind of talking about how to make that mastermind for your marriage. But that's an amazing one, absolutely, especially for your business, because you got a lot of people running for the same goal, right? And they're giving each other ideas, and that creates the third mind. So it's awesome. But I know that there's people on here right now watching right, and they're like, okay, come on. How can I mastermind with my spouse? Like, that's a little strange. What do you mean by that?
What I mean is it wasn't 2 years. Our first shared vision board was 2 months ago.
Oh, that's right.
See this one. She's so focused on her goals and your vision board. So I would create a vision board for real estate. Blair is in network marketing. She would create her board, right? We probably have similar things on, where we want to go vacation, what we want to do with the kids, things like that.
Yeah.
But they were still independent. So what happened? What was the question? I just totally lost. So I had my own blonde moment.
How can you mastermind with your spouse?
Blonde moment there.
I think you're going to talk about the shared goals.
Yes, together goals.
See, third brain.
Thanks, baby. See, we are definitely better together. So I started sharing things that I was doing in real estate, which Blair doesn't really enjoy, doesn't anything, but she would listen.
Right.
And because she's outside of the business, when I would talk to her about it, she would ask questions. Oh my goodness, the questions. I
ask a lot of questions.
Dude, like 8, 9 deep, right, men? Women like to ask
I like details.
8 or 9 deep questions where I'm just like, okay, forget it. But anyway, it was totally worth sharing that with you because we would create ideas, ways to speak with people to get my point across so that others outside the industry could understand it.
Totally.
Right?
Yeah.
And then how did we do it with your network marketing business?
So same thing. Like I would bring ideas to Ryan or things that were going on, and he would have, that mosquito was getting you. He would have great ideas. But then we realized that if we brought both of what we were doing together and created a vision board and goals together, that we would have even more success. And we started doing that. The vision board we just started doing a couple months ago, but we started masterminding on reading the same kind of books, being in the same kind of mindset, focusing on the same kind of things. And guess what, guys? Last year was my biggest month to date in income.
Year to date.
Biggest.
Month.
No, he's right. Biggest year to date.
About.
Yeah, not month. No, you're right.
Year. Yes, year. Your biggest year ever was last year.
Sorry. Yep, you're right. Okay, so that's one way that you can mastermind with your spouse. It's lining up your goals, lining up your vision board, being in the same books and the same mindset path, and being on that together. So what if you're not married, right?
Well, can I add something real quick to that? So here's the key to that. When you're reading the same book, guess what? It produces conversation for dinner, date nights, interaction in the kitchen, wherever it is. It doesn't always have to be about the kids. We never complain to each other unless there are some things that you need to just get off your chest, and we just kind of say those things, and then it's it. But otherwise, it's positive.
Right.
What are you reading? What are you doing? We're going full speed. And when you're both moving in that direction, I think the results multiply. It's not just 1 + 1. It's you start to multiply.
Yeah,
you get the momentum going.
A true team in those moments.
Team.
Yes, so true. So, okay, I know some of you are probably like, well, I'm not married. I know there's some people on here that aren't married anymore or have never been married. So how can you find a mastermind? Well, like Jim was just saying a second ago, right? Find a group of people that are running in that same direction, that are going for the same vision and goals. They don't have to be in the exact same company. And actually, we just came back from a mastermind in Greece. Some of you guys might have seen. And I'll tell you, we were all in different businesses, all in different walks. But what I found was, because we were all helping each other get to a common goal, which was to hit whatever we were putting out as, our end result, we were all giving each other ideas. We were all helping each other out, and we were all pushing each other, and continue even now that we're back from Greece. We're checking in with each other. Did you do this? How's it going? Holding each other accountable. And so that is really why a mastermind is important in all areas of your life. But you guys, I really honestly am emphasizing this because to me it's so important, is that it is so important to mastermind with your spouse. But what if your spouse won't mastermind with you?
I want to add on to the Greece thing, right? So in a mastermind, first of all, you have to be careful who you let in, right? So we had 27 people, 27 or I think 28 maybe, but they were amazing individuals all with a common goal to grow and get better, a better version of themselves.
Right.
So being able to take that and interact with all of those people, both individually and collectively, in small groups, big groups, and then one-on-one, it takes you to another level in your brain that you can't get there by yourself.
Yeah.
You cannot. It's impossible. Sorry.
Totally. I love that you said that. No, absolutely. So what if your spouse won't mastermind with you?
Oh boy, I was there, wasn't I?
Yeah. So when I asked Ryan this question earlier today, because we were talking about
This is the mosquito dance.
He was like, well, why wouldn't anybody's spouse want to mastermind with them? And I'm like, hello, you just less than 6 years ago
Guilty.
would never have wanted to do that with me. So it was actually really funny when we brought it up, right? So
Totally.
what did I do when Ryan wasn't into that?
So this goes to I like to use the example of a hill. I mean, maybe it's better that way, right? You're on a hill, right? You're either always learning and growing and getting better, or you're sliding back.
Yes.
And I was content.
That's a good one.
I was content. I was making good money. I thought marriage was happy. We were doing great. Kids were great. Playing golf a lot, having fun. But I didn't realize that I was backsliding.
Right.
Until all of a sudden you wake up and I felt a little dumber.
Yeah, because I was
Much smarter.
So I was spending time reading those books. I was coming home happy
Holy
and
cow.
positive.
Totally.
I was, engaging myself in positive thoughts and not complaining or trying to pull him down, but instead I was uplifting him. I was sharing things that I was learning. Instead of watching TV at night, I was reading books. Now, it didn't mean that I stopped hanging out with Ryan. So I'm going to emphasize this, because I'm not telling you to stop hanging out with your partner, because that will actually make them resentful and not want to follow the same path as you.
Yeah.
But I would sit next to him on the couch while he was watching his show, and instead I'd be reading a book.
Yeah.
And something that was filling me up, and he'd be like, oh, what's that? And I would tell him, oh my goodness, this book's teaching me this, or whatever was going on. And he could also tell the difference of the way I was teaching our kids and the way I was talking.
Totally.
And the way that I was interacting in our home. And so that would be my biggest, thing to tell you, is that if your spouse is not ready to run with you, not ready to get a common goal, common vision, and be in that mastermind with you together and create that third mind right now, that's okay. But you need to keep going on that path, and you need to keep growing, and you need to share those things with them. Definitely. And not be negative
And
or
if they
try
won't listen,
to
just incorporate them.
Totally.
Right? I looking back on it now, I can tell I was kind of a little annoyed, like, oh, I don't want to hear about this. I just want to watch Sports Center for the 18th time so I can.
Oh my goodness.
Just like I was just lost. But incorporating that and then seeing the results that you had, and not everything's work, but it was like it did happen at work. It did happen with the kids. Your mood changed because of what you were feeding your mind and your brain.
Right, totally. So the sun just got out of my eyes, so I can take off my sunglasses. So I totally agree. And actually, it kind of reminds me of right now, Ryan has been so diligent and amazing at getting up every morning and riding the Peloton, like huge results. So what did that do? That inspired me that I got to get in gear, right? I got to start taking care of my health better. I got to start working out every single day like he is. He is super busy, and yet he still finds the time to make sure that he's healthy and strong for his family. So that inspired me without him having to nag me and be like, Blair, you should probably work out every day, right?
That doesn't work.
No, because guess what would happen?
That would never work.
I'd be like so mad and annoyed.
I never said it, not once.
Not once.
Not once.
You're awesome. Okay, so what is your goal for your marriage? I saw a few of you guys put in here that yes, you have goals, but more of you than yes said no, we've never written goals together about our marriage. So I'm going to challenge you. Take some time to write out with your spouse, what is your goal for your marriage? Yep. What do you want to see happening right now in your marriage? Where do you want your marriage to go? What do you want to see happen? And, maybe find a book that helps you guys to start on that path. Now, listen, we have tons of resources. So if you're like, I don't even know what book, this is our goal, what book should we read, Blair? Send us a message. Ryan and I would love to help you guys pick out some books that would be right for you, or a podcast or anything like that. And don't worry, we're going to be having a mastermind that we're creating right now for people who are in it to win it. Oh, was I not supposed to say that? Sorry. Well, now you guys know. We're creating it right now. We've been having so much fun. It was actually where some of this content came from today, because we were like, man, this is going to be
Gotta get this
incredible
message
getting these
out.
people together, right? So if you want to know more about that, don't worry, it's coming sometime soon. But listen, there's one other thing that they could really get into right now that I think would help them with whatever goal is part of their marriage, which is our Better Together challenge.
Totally.
Right?
I
I think
love
that would
the
be a
book.
good place to start.
The challenge is great. It's starting in June. It is 21 days of simple things that you can do. We're going to reconnect you and your spouse, engage. We incorporate appreciation,
Yes.
love,
Gratitude.
being grateful, gratitude, little
Helping out.
some sexy things in there too.
Sexy
I can
time.
work with those.
And so, yeah, it's a great way to just reconnect and have a connection challenge and something fun every single day. And
How can they get in there?
How can they get in there? Well, you got to be part of Marriage Movement. So if you're not part of Marriage Movement, let us know. I'll also be dropping the link below in the comments. But feel free to reach out to us. We want to make sure we add you in there. Shout out to
Robert.
another neighbor.
What's up,
Hey, Robert.
Robert?
We've
How's
had
it
a few
going?
different neighbors hop on here tonight.
Love Imperial Point in the
Awesome.
house.
Right? So, yes, go
Let's
back.
just touch on this really quick. Jim,
Sure.
that is a
I didn't
great
even read
that's
it.
a great comment. Locking in my feelings and not talking about my fears. I think that just comes, maybe that should be one of the challenges that we incorporate,
Yeah, it's
because
a
I
good
think
idea.
that's a huge thing.
Are you
because
saying that, is he saying that he's not good about talking about his feelings?
I think maybe it's because goals, right? Like if your fear of going broke or
Right. Jeraine, yes. I got your message earlier today, so I'll send you a couple ideas. But I don't like to give out suggestions on book till I know what your goal is as a married couple. Like where
Yeah.
are you guys
What's
both
your
trying to go right now?
Yep.
That helps, I think, with some books. So yeah, we're creating a reading list right now too with all the books that we think are just amazing. So we'll definitely be sharing.
And I
those
think
out
there's
as
a
well.
certain order too. I read a couple books and I was just like, this doesn't apply to me. So there's definitely an order,
And
to get the
sometimes-
most out of them. for
Totally.
sure.
And
Go ahead,
sometimes
babe.
you
Why don't
can't.
say it? Why don't you talk? Why don't you talk?
And
Finish my sentence.
sometimes you can't start with the marriage books. Sometimes you got to start with other kind of books, and that's how we were. To be totally honest with you, like we started. I think the first book that we both read together was Miracle Morning, and then the next one was Compound Effect.
Yes.
And that was perfect for us because it changed our
Light
morning
reading,
routines.
yeah.
It changed some daily habits, and that was what we needed to get on that path. I think if I had come to Ryan with like a marriage book, he would have been like, I'm not reading that.
I'm pretty. Didn't I come to you with Miracle Morning?
Yeah. I'm saying if I
Oh,
came to you though with a marriage book,
started
he did start it.
I did.
He did.
Okay. So what
All
else are we
right.
talking about?
That's it. So if you haven't been added into Marriage Movement, let us know by dropping in the comments. We're going to also put the link in the comments, but we'd love to get you in there so you can be part of our 21-day challenge. And if this was helpful for you, I can tell Ryan when it
I
was talk.
totally
Talk.
have
If
something to
this
say.
is helpful for you, hit the share button and share it
it's
with other people because we want to get
going
this message out to as many as possible.
To leave my mind if you don't
sorry.
let me talk. I forget, but I did remember.
Okay.
If you are in two totally different businesses, you like that, didn't you?
Yeah, they're really
See?
good right
Getting
now.
better. Look at that. Sorry, I digress. Anyways, if you're in two totally different businesses, like Blair and I are, maybe if you can't come up with a together goal for income or riches, maybe it is a health goal or a family goal. I'm going to take the kids to breakfast individually once a week. I mean, we have different goals set up that we've done together for every aspect of our life: family, health, and finance. And you can break them. Hey, Angie.
Hi,
You can
Angie.
break them into those categories.
Totally.
Right?
Yep.
All right, that's what I wanted to say.
All right, so
I
you
got it
guys
out.
enjoy the rest of your Memorial Day, and we cannot wait to read your comments below.
Did you say how to get in the group?
I'm gonna put it in the comments below.
Okay.
Bye, guys.
You probably said that I missed it.
This is the wrapping part.
This is the mosquito.